The communication process in organizations is a series of activities that involve sending and receiving messages between individuals or groups within an organization. The main purpose of this communication is to ensure that the necessary information can be disseminated clearly, accurately and effectively, so that each member of the organization can collaborate well in achieving common goals. Communication processes in organizations can occur in various forms, both formal and informal, and include various communication channels. The following is a detailed explanation of the communication process in the organization. 1. Sender. The communication process begins with the sender, namely the individual or group who has the information or message to be conveyed. The sender is responsible for selecting relevant messages and deciding how best to convey the information. In an organizational context, the sender could be a manager, coworker, team, or department that has important information. 2. Message. A message is information that the sender wants to convey to the recipient. His message can be in the form of instructions, information, feedback, suggestions, or anything deemed necessary in the context of work or relationships between individuals in the organization. Messages can be verbal, written, or non-verbal, gestures, body language, etc. Verbal communication using words can be direct through conversations, meetings, or in written form such as emails, memos, and reports. Non-verbal communication that does not use words, such as facial expressions, body posture, or even the use of certain symbols in documents or presentations. 3. Coding, encoding. Coding is the process in which the sender formulates the message in a form that can be understood by the recipient. This means the sender must choose the right words, symbols, or gestures to convey the message clearly. In written communication, this also includes choosing a language style and sentence structure that is easy to understand. 4. Channel. Channel is the medium or path used to transmit messages from the sender to the recipient. Communication channels within an organization can vary depending on the situation and message needs, and may include formal channels, such as meetings, formal letters, business emails, or reports. Informal channels, such as casual conversations, break room chats, or instant messaging. Choosing the right channel is very important to ensure the message can be delivered in the most effective way. Channels can affect the speed, accuracy, and understanding of messages. 5. Receiver. Recipients are individuals or groups who receive messages from the sender. After receiving the message, the recipient must interpret and understand the message conveyed. The role of the recipient is very important in communication because errors in understanding the message can cause confusion or errors in action. 6. Decoding. The recoding process is how the receiver interprets the message received from the sender. The recipient will translate or interpret the message according to their experience, knowledge, and existing context. Incorrect recoding can cause a distortion of information, which can result in miscommunication. 7. Feedback. Feedback is the response given by a recipient after receiving and interpreting a message. In effective communication, feedback is very important because it allows the sender to know whether the message conveyed has been understood correctly or not. Feedback can take the form of questions, clarifications, or even concrete actions taken after the message is received. 8. Noise. Interference is anything that hinders or interferes with the communication process, which can cause the message not to be delivered clearly or can be misinterpreted. Disturban. 8. Noise. Interference is anything that hinders or interferes with the communication process, which can cause the message not to be delivered clearly or can be misinterpreted. Disturbances can be physical, e.g., noise disturbance, psychological, e.g., stress or emotional disturbance, or semantic, e.g., use of terms that are not understood by the recipient. 9. Context. Context is the situation or background in which communication occurs. Factors such as organizational culture, power structure, work environment, and the relationship between the sender and receiver will influence how communication occurs. For example, in a formal and hierarchical environment, communication tends to be more structural and official, while in a more relaxed or egalitarian environment, communication can be more open and flexible. Types of communication in organizations. Vertical communication. This is communication that occurs between parties having different positions in the organizational hierarchy. Vertical communication can be divided into downward communication, information that flows from management to employees, for example instructions, policies, or feedback. Upward communication, information that flows from employees to management, such as reports, feedback, or problems encountered in the field. Horizontal communication. This is communication between colleagues or departments at equal levels. The goal is to share information, coordinate, or cooperate in achieving common goals. Diagonal communication. This communication involves individuals who are at different hierarchical levels, but not in a direct superior-subordinate line, for example communication between different departments or between managers and employees who are not directly under their supervision. Factors that influence communication in organizations. Communication skills. An individual's ability to convey messages clearly, listen well, and provide constructive feedback greatly influences the effectiveness of communication. Organizational culture. An open and inclusive culture encourages smoother communication, whereas a hierarchical and closed culture can hinder the flow of information. Communication technology. The use of technology, such as email, video conferencing, instant messaging applications, can increase the efficiency and accessibility of communication, but it can also introduce new challenges, such as distractions from excessive messaging or lack of face-to-face interaction. Individual differences, factors such as cultural background, personality, experience, and communication style can influence how messages are received and interpreted. Conclusion. The communication process in organizations involves a series of complex and interrelated steps. Effective communication is critical to achieving organizational goals, increasing collaboration, and minimizing miscommunication that can hinder productivity. Therefore, organizations must pay attention to aspects such as selecting the right communication channels, managing distractions, and providing constructive feedback to ensure the flow of information runs smoothly.